Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. Today I'm taking a look at the two newest hero packs for Marvel Champions. That's going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier. So Falcon's going to come with a leadership deck of cards, and Winter Soldier comes with an aggression deck of cards. Just mention that so that if you are looking to do some deck building, you know what comes in these. Though I'm not going to be doing a card-by-card show or even explaining how the game works. I'm just going to show you a few of the cards from these characters, from their kit generally, the cards that come to, tied to them. Explain a little bit of how they function so that you have an idea if these are maybe packs you want to pick up and add to your game. Without further ado, let's go ahead and cut to the table. Let me show you. We'll come on back. I'll tell you what I thought of these. All right, so let's start off with Falcon here, who's going to start as Sam Wilson, of course, and he has this ability, this Birds of a Feather ability, that lets you discard a card from your hand and then search your deck and discard pile for a bird card and add it to your hand. It's interesting because there's only 3 cards that this can go find in this deck, which I find to be one of the less interesting things that he does. It's one of these 3. You can go get Red Wing, fantastic. You can get Falcon's Flock over here, which is tagged as Bird, and then you can get this one over here, and that's kind of it. It's not great, but I guess it leaves the door open for more bird cards you can get from anywhere else. The other side has this tremendously interesting ability where during the player phase, you're going to be playing with the top card of the encounter deck face up, and then he has this response. After you play an aerial card, you discard that card if you want to. This is response, not forced response, so you don't have to do that if you like the one that's on top of the deck. And then a lot of what Falcon's going to be doing, which I'll show you here in his cards, is checking that card, discarding that card, doing things with the card that's on top of that deck. Plus, you'll then, once you go into the villain phase, at least the very first one, you get to see that one. So let's take a look at some of the stuff we've got here for him. So this one here is a hero response, an upgrade. After you trigger that eagle-eyed ability, you discard this, and for each boost icon in the discarded card's boost area, you're gonna ready a character you control or stun an enemy. Pretty good. It's a one-time thing. It's an upgrade you leave there and then trigger whenever you want to, but it's still pretty solid. I would love something like this to be repeatable, but it is what it is. This one over here is going to cost you 1 per player at the table. It is, I've used this card to tremendous success because it's so interesting and so powerful. After the villain phase begins, you're going to discard this, and then Falcon will not exhaust to defend until the end of that phase. I had this card, I played this card, I defended my attack, I defended Winter Soldier's attack. Then when we drew cards, Winter Soldier was attacked again, and I was able to jump in front of that. You draw a minion that attacks immediately, you can jump in front of that, especially if you build up your defense. It's tremendous. This card really is a huge, flashy move, and if it works out well, then it can cover a lot of ground and block a lot of damage. I thought it was fantastic. This upgrade here is going to give you +1 defense. It's going to combo well with the card you just saw. And then it says at the bottom as an interrupt, when you would take any amount of damage, you can exhaust this and you prevent 1 of that damage and deal 1 to an enemy. Pretty good. A little bit of a, not quite retaliate, but something similar. That 1 damage, of course, can go to anything. It does not have to be from the source you're taking damage from. Bird's Eye View here is going to be an event, and there is this one as well. There's sort of the damage and the thwart of version of the same thing. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. You can discard the top card of the encounter deck and remove an additional one for each icon there. And this is the same thing. 4 damage, you can discard and then do extra damage. You see what that card is, by the way. And anytime you play an aerial card, you could discard it. If you flip one up that has 3 or 4 symbols, it's time to hit him with the big guns over here. Really neat, some nice control and manipulation there. And then up and away here is gonna, after you It's a response after an attacking enemy is given a face-down boost card. You can look at that card and then look at the top of the encounter deck and swap them if you want to. And then you're going to draw one card for each symbol of the one you are leaving in play, of the one that's currently in the boost area. Really neat. If you can survive the big hit, you can draw a whole bunch of cards with this. So I really like that. There's a lot of other interesting stuff that he's going to come with here. I'm just showing you a few of them. One I should probably talk about is this here, the Captain America card. This is only playable if you are Bucky Barnes or Sam Wilson. This is going to have you put this in play, and then you're going to spend a resource and go look for Captain America's shield. Put this in play. This is linked to that. And this is going to give you +1 defense, retaliate 1. But then you could trigger also the second half of this, where you can you can spend this and then find Captain America's shield and add it to your hand. If it's out of the game, you just put it in your hand. But if it's in play, you put it in your hand from play, and it says that if it leaves play this way, you deal 4 damage to an enemy. A little bit of a shield toss. Very neat. I like this a lot. He's not quite Captain America, but he can, I guess, borrow the shield a little bit, and I think that's pretty cool that this is still Falcon, not Captain America, but they put a little flavor of that in there. So, really neat, some interesting stuff, and playing with that card face up is going to change the flavor of any scenario you are playing. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take a look at Bucky Barnes here. He's got Cybernetically Enhanced. As an action, you can spend 1 resource of any type, search your deck and discard pile for Cybernetic Arm, and put it into play. And you are definitely going to want that arm in play, as it is quite useful. This is going to be a resource. It's going to make you a wild resource for any attack event, and that attack is going to deal an additional damage if you paid for it with the cybernetic arm. Flipping over to the Winter Soldier side, we've got here a response that is going to sort of dictate the way and kind of what Winter Soldier wants to be doing. The response is, after you attack and defeat an enemy, you remove 2 threats from a scheme. He is going to be a minion hunter. He is going to be, there's a lot of characters out there that are designed, tweaked to take down minions, and Winter Soldier is one of them. But he is tremendously effective at doing so because a lot of his kit is going to help you get there. And he is very good at picking out the weaklings, knocking them out, and then taking that threat away. He's also got a fantastic stat line here of 222, so he's very well balanced at doing that. So let's take a look at some of the cards that you're going to see here and how they're going to, in many ways, let him do a lot with a little. So let's start with Black Widow, actually, his signature ally. After you play her, you return an attack event from the discard pile to your hand. Pretty good stuff. And then let's take a look at a few upgrades. He's got Silent Infiltration, Hero Response. After you attack and defeat an enemy, discard this card, ready your hero, and confuse an enemy. That's really something. It feels like a little bit of a free confuse on top of everything else. And that's the feel you're going to get playing Winter Soldiers, that you're getting little bonuses above and beyond what you should be getting. Yeah, just knock that guy out. I cleared him away. Oh, and I got a free 2 scheme removal, or 2 threat removal. Hey, I just readied. Hey, and I get to confuse, so I can flip down and not worry about it this time. Here's the attacky version of that, or I guess a different version of that. This one's an upgrade, so it's going to stick around. This event, hero action, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for it with an energy resource, then stun that enemy. You've got this upgrade here, the Winter Mask. You gain the Spy trait. You can have some fun deck building with that. And then as a hero responds, after you attack and defeat an enemy, exhaust this and draw a card. Very good. For 1, yes, please. Absolutely. We've got an upgrade here of his rifle. It's restricted. You can have 2 restricted things in play. Don't forget. Hero Interrupt. When Winter Soldier makes a basic attack, you can exhaust this rifle, and he's going to get +2 attack. That attack gets piercing and ranged. That's tremendous. Piercing is going to shrug off their tough statuses. Ranged is good too, a little, less likely to apply. But piercing, that's tremendous. You've got an event here. Arm block, hero interrupt. When an enemy attacks, deal 3 damage to it. If the enhanced, if you exhaust a cybernetic arm to pay for this event, you're going to prevent all that damage. Now read that again. Okay, this is 1. If you exhaust the arm for this, you're paying the entire amount. When you get attacked, you deal 3 damage. And because you use the arm, you stop all that damage. This is basically a backflip, right? This is like Spider-Man's flip out of the way so you don't take any hits from the core box, but you pay 1 for it instead of it being free. That 1, yes, comes from the arm. So no cards are coming from your hand to do this. And you get to hit for 3 on top of that. That's pretty tremendous. We've got this upgrade here, Winter Armor, and I always love upgrades like this. You get plus 3 hit points and you gain steady. Now it takes 2 stuns or confuse cards for you to be stunned or confused. And then we'll take a look at one more here, the Metal Punch. You're going to, for 3, deal 7, pretty standard. If you exhausted the cybernetic arm for this event, you gain overkill. Pretty good, right? It's not quite 3 for 8, but it's the standard pretty much, and the overkill is good too. And don't forget, of course, as you spend that metal arm, this gets plus 1. So if you did spend it, this is 3 for 8 with overkill. Very good. If you have Black Widow in play, you throw her out, you bounce this back, you can do it again. There's a lot of little... This character, to me, feels like they can control the entire board state no matter which thing is cropping up. It's a little bit of a whack-a-mole feel where you can take care of anything on your turn, on the villain's turn, as things are happening. So very versatile, and a lot of... it does not feel like the only thing you can do is deal with minions. There's a lot of other ways you can interact with the game, with the main villain, even if you're not quite getting as many minions as you want to be getting. So there you go, that's Winter Soldier. I have to say, both of these packs are really quite excellent. I think they are, these followed up the last 2 that were Black Panther, Shuri, and Silk. And I have to say, I think I like both of these better than I like both of those. I think the Black Panther Shuri deck is fantastic. It's a very, very good one. I thought Silk was pretty good. But both of these are tremendous. I especially like the Winter Soldier deck. I think it is straightforward, it's punchy, but it is versatile and exciting and interesting. It allows you to engage with whatever's happening in the game at that moment in a plethora of ways to leave you feeling, heroic. And I enjoy that very much. Whereas I think the Falcon deck can be a little trickier. It's a little more strange. It has that sort of look at the top card of the deck. It's the encounter deck. So it feels like Magic, the hero Magic a little bit. In that case, you're looking at the top card of your own deck. And a little bit of that manipulation, and then it feels a little bit like a Scarlet Witch also, where you're discarding cards from that deck. Of course, here you get to see them. It's a little more... it's a little trickier to make it do what you want it to do, but it is also one of my favorite aerial decks that tie into flying things. I think this is one of the ones I've really that has resonated with me the most. I haven't played any other games that lean into that. Maybe Nova would be my other favorite that do that thing well and in an interesting way, in a way that I care to pursue that avenue of deck building or checking that keyword for anything. So that's kind of where I'm at. I really like both of these. I certainly would recommend them both for somebody who wants to get heroes that are going to do something interesting and something punchy. Now, funny enough, I like I said, Winter Soldier better than I like Falcon, but I think he is probably the less sort of flashy and interesting one of the two. He's just really good. And if you are someone who is specifically searching for, I want this game to show me something new I haven't seen before, the Falcon deck does that better. If you want an awesome character who is going to make you feel powerful, then, well, certainly both do that. I think Winter Soldier does a better job of that. But I'm happy playing either one of these. They both come with great cards. The cards included in their decks for you to deck build with are really interesting. There's some great stuff in here with... there's a couple of reprints, like 1x1 is included in Winter Soldier's deck, but there's some weaponry in here that's really neat. You get Nick Fury Sr. in here. There's some great stuff in here. And then Falcon has some really good leadership stuff as well. So, yeah, that's kind of all there is to it. I just wanted to give you a little look and tell you what I thought of these. I think they're both excellent. For me, I think I'm going to give Winter Soldier here a 9.5, and Falcon's going to get a 9 from me. But they're both tremendous. Get either one, get both. You can't go wrong with these. I think they're very, very good. So there you go, folks. That's going to do it for me. My name is Z Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching another video here on the Dice Tower. We really appreciate you stopping by and checking our things out. Thanks so much for joining us today. And hey, if you really like what we're doing here at the Dice Tower, then there are different ways to support the Dice Tower. One of those ways is through Patreon. We have links in the description to this video. And we have links to lots of other things we do down there, so definitely check it out. But either way, we're glad you watched us. Tell your friends about the Dice Tower. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vassell, and I hope you enjoyed this video.